to Unfiltered Discussions. You got Nash in the building.
Got Ash in the building.
And today we have a special guest, Gods or Guns.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I don't want people to call me Gods or Guns when they see me. So, my name is Tyree Lewis, from God of Guns, CEO, the founder. So, in short, God of Guns has two meanings, but in short, it's basically a brand for the individual that believes in a higher power but still struggles with some things, right? But if you want me to elaborate a little more on it, it's basically a brand that's encouraging folks with flaws to think about their choices. Mm-hmm. So, y'all have the shirt on. So if you look at the word God, you see that God is spelled out of faith, hope, love, patience, forgiveness, representing the positives of life. And then if you scroll over to the word guns, you see that guns is spelled out of violence, struggle, anger, hurt, just representing the negatives of life. And it's basically like, in a moment of adversity, what are you choosing, God or guns? So what I'm really trying to do is encourage people to think about their choices, just because what you do today could definitely change it tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. So exactly what made you want to start this movement?
Oh, man. So if you think about like some of the words that's in the word guns, like violence, struggle, anger, hurt. Me personally, I went through a lot of hurt growing up, anger. I still feel like I got a whole lot of anger inside of me, but that might be a whole nother podcast, right, to talk about. But if you go over to violence, I've been subjected to violence for a long time. My oldest brother was murdered back in like 95 when I was like 12. That was crazy because I had just met him maybe a couple of months before that. Yeah, so it's kind of like we met each other, seen each other on the street, and then the third time he was in the casket. So it kind of changed my way of thinking. And then one of my favorite lyricists, I have a bunch of lyricists that I love, but Nas is one of my favorites, and he has this song, No Ideas Original, and he says in the song, God of guns, which is better protection, can't decide, that's a hard one. And I totally agree. So it's kind of like, with that choice, what are you going to decide? And it could be a positive thing, it could be a negative thing, and sometimes doing the right thing can still have an adverse reaction. So.
I agree 1,000%. Yeah, because when I first heard it, I'm like, dang, like right now, this, the gun violence is like played in the city. It's just like, really out of control.
Definitely.
And I was like, oh, that's dope, like. Cause it's like it get put you in the mind, like you said, it's like somebody that's like straddling like the fence, like, hey, do I go this way or do I go that way, like, and just because you believe in a higher power does not mean that you can't still resort over to the other side, because the way that the world is working right now, it kind of like forces you, even though you don't want to be in that space, but you kind of left like with no choice in certain matters. And I'm speaking of individuals that's like, go to work, doing things positive with their life, but you turn around, you may walk out your door, you could get robbed, anything can happen, and it's like, Dad, maybe if I was licensed to carry, if I had something on me, I would be a little bit good or something like that. You can feel more protected. But yeah, I loved it. Once the minute I heard it, I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, I like that idea. Ash, you got something?
Yeah, because when she was telling me about it, I was like, dang, that's dope. So I know you got another thing, Allah or ammo, and I like that too, because that sounds very catchy. How did you come up with that?
So Allah or ammo, just I'm Christian based, growing up, but I have a lot of friends that are Muslim, and we all operate or believe in God. However, they may have different names, whether it's God, Allah, Buddha, whatever it is, but Allah or ammo just was catchy to me. God or guns, and then Allah for my Muslim community, and what else would represent a gun or like a negative thing. So I just came up with ammo just to have the AOA or the GOG.
Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
Yeah, very fly. No, I was looking at it, hey, okay, so it's just not based on, geared towards one religion, so that was pretty good. So when did you exactly start this movement?
So I formed the LLC in October of last year, actually.
Okay.
October 2020, I don't know the exact date. And the trademark became official in February. Yeah.
Same with us.
Yeah. It's a long process.
Yes it is. Yes it is. So honestly, like with this whole mission, like what are you trying to accomplish?
So the thing is, I really want people to just think, make those decisions. And the reason I say that, again, just going back to what I said a few minutes earlier, what you do today can definitely change it tomorrow. You know, just to, I don't know what to talk about it on here now.
What?
Well, my father was murdered in 2010, right? So when that happened, I mean, anyone that knows me knows my pop was my right hand man. That was my guy, my best friend, right? So when that happened and word came back around who it was, you know, or the folks that were involved, it was kind of like, okay, revenge. You know, eye for eyes, the way you grow up. You know, someone hurt you, you hurt them back, and some other folks. So I had a plan, you know, to go and murder somebody else from this kid's family. You know, I was going to see his pop, and I was going to take his pop down. You know, and the night before, the night before I was going to go do it, I had a dream. And I don't like no Martin Luther King shit, but I had a dream, right? And in this dream, I seen the dude's dad, and I pulled my 40 out, and I just emptied the whole clip in his dad. And when the guy's dad fell, my 3-year-old was right behind him with all the bullets in him. And I woke up in tears, like crying, because it was just like, damn, like what does that mean? So it took me a little bit to really get what that meant, but it was what I came to realize is that if you go out here and do this, you're gonna hurt your family.
Absolutely.
I mean, now my 3-year-old, I mean, I have 3 boys, 9, 13, and 18, but at that time he was 3, and he was my guy. You know, I mean, you if you have kids, you know, you just know at certain ages, like you like them a little more than others.
And, it's deep that you said that, because a lot of us, we act off impulse or we act off emotions, so we're not thinking logic. So we oftentimes let our emotions overpower our intelligence at the end of the day.
Definitely.
So we're not thinking about the consequences, because we going through an adrenaline and rushing and we just like so stuck on what we stuck on at that moment in time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like oftentimes people try to talk us down, and we're not trying to hear nothing nobody trying to say or anything. So that's where that self-awareness piece come in, you know, and a lot of people got to get to that level of self-awareness and really understanding self and what make you tick, so you can understand how to react to certain situations, because certain situations, it might be somebody that might have been a little fender bender, you done hauled off and killed somebody, and you're looking around in jail and be like, Dad, you know what, that wasn't even that deep.
It was only a $500 deductible.
Exactly. And even if that, right? Yeah, I'm just glad that you had that dream though, because you know, what if you didn't? You know what I mean? Like things could be so different, and then it's like, I understand why you wanted to do what you wanted to do, of course. Like you hurt me, I'm trying to hurt you too. The same way I'm grieving and took a major loss, I want you to take the same loss too. But then in all reality, like in that dream showed you, like your kids would have took that loss. You know what I mean? Yes, you may have was able to, you know, hurt the dad, but then in reality, your kids is going to like suffer the most, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't take in consideration. Like I said, you acting off that impulse, you acting off the emotion. Hey, I got to get them back. I got to do this. I got to do that. But then when you really think about it, and of course, you know, only you know that the things that surrounded, you know, the why behind why somebody would do that to your father. But I know the person that did it is probably like, hey, why did I even do it? Well, it wasn't even that serious. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't even like that. But it's just sad that everybody was affected by it. Not only your dad kids, but the opposite side too. I'm quite sure that they were. But so I'm just kind of glad that you was able to see that. How crazy that it was the night before. Because I'm quite sure people probably was like, you know, trying to talk you out of it. Nobody knew?
No one, I was about to say,
So you was
I've always learned do your dirt by your lonely, seriously.
Good, I'm glad you know that.
You know, words of Tretch, man. If you're going to do something, do your dirt by your lonely, because I know that I have so many loved ones, you know, I mean, they knew that I was messed up. You know, so everyone's checking on me, and at that time it's just kind of like just shut down. You know, but if I would have told anyone, they would have tried to talk me out of it, which would have probably made me more angry Don't talk me out of it. You know what I have to go do. You know why I have to go do this. But it's funny just thinking about it. I mean, I was talking to one of my homies the other day, just thinking about, you know, killing this guy's father. This dude's pop could have been like a stand-up dude, like, yo, this is how you live your life. Don't do this, don't do that. But kids are going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know, and then you would have took an innocent man's life over some shit that he had nothing to do with. It probably would have discouraged. I mean, again, I don't know this man, but he might have discouraged it. Who knows? He might have been a nigga behind him telling him to keep going, you know?
Yeah.
So.
That's the sad reality, because people don't think like that. It'd be people that didn't even have nothing to do with it. Just like, for instance, you know, you got a son that's selling drugs, but the people that he owed a drug, the boy, the dealer, the money. He come knock up on your door or whatever. The mom standing there, the mom gets shot up. The mom don't even know what her son doing on the deli, or don't even know her son out here selling drugs. Don't know nothing.
Yeah.
And it be like that. Like, you don't know nothing. They come and shoot these people's houses up.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's like what we were talking about before the pod started. It was like, you know, when you had these people, bad things happen. I'm not gonna say bad things happen to bad people, because it's a lot of good people that get, you know, taken out. But just cut on the news and you just see all of these people grieving, you know, and a lot of times it's, oh, this person was perfect, they were an angel, they never did anything. And the reality is they probably were doing a lot, but in some cases they weren't at all. You know, bad timing, but
it's sad. I mean, all of it is sad, honestly. Even the people, because it's like a lot of people don't have the guidance. They weren't raised on certain principles of morals and things like that, and they really didn't have nothing to mirror it with. So, and it's not to justify anybody's actions, but when we talk about like teenagers and young kids, they really just mimic what they see, what they know, all they know, right? So we don't have like positive role models and things like that.
That's why the music is important.
Oh my God, that music is crazy as all.
The stuff that they listening to right now is nonsense.
Yeah, we had people that was real lyricists. Like, they don't have that. I mean, the beats be good, because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I like the beats. But what they're saying is like, okay, now what are you talking about
They're not saying anything.
Exactly. So, and you know, the kids love that kind of stuff. And not to say, I mean, this is their thing. This is what they're into right now. I mean, what could you say? So where do you really want to see Guys or Guns go? Like,
I want Guys or Guns, to be honest. I mean, I want it in stores. I mean, I have the website, godorguns.com. Just had to throw that out there. But, you know, I would like to see it in stores. I've reached out to a few HR reps for some stores, just waiting on some callbacks and see if we can get them in the stores. But also, I want to sit down with certain folks. I mean, like, not to knock y'all platform, but I would love to sit down and interview, say, a Steve Harvey, or like a Tyler Perry or a TD Jakes, just people with a story to tell. You know, I mean, they're successful, they're on this big platform right now, but they went through some stuff before they got to where they were. You know, they did some things that they weren't proud of, so I would love to sit down and talk to them about it. So sitting down with them, doing a couple collaborations with other clothing lines. I have in mind who I would like to work with, but I won't say it just yet. You know, but one person I want to see in my shirt is Nas. You know, he inspired me. You know, so I would love to see Nas, and I'd love to see a couple hip hop artists in it, and just make it cool to show that you're thinking about your choices.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of, like today in society, we got a lot of young people and older people too, that have poor decision making skills.
Oh man.
You know, they don't even have a skill set to even make a real decision. They don't have, like she said, they have nothing to go by. They don't have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking about where this gonna land you 10 years from here now, or 5 years from now. You know, if you decide, some people think that drugs is the thing. Like, it's okay to sell drugs. They feel like they gonna come on top, and it's not like that anymore. You know, so it's not a lot of good role models out here, like older guys, to teach the young guys, like, listen, that's not cool. I've been through that. Like, this is what you should or shouldn't do. You know. But
the problem is, you got the youth that, not even the youth, because I know some older dudes that's just like, oh, this is not great. But you can sit there and try to tell them what it is, you know, like, hey, this is what I've experienced. And it's, you know, when you're younger, it's kind of like, oh yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And I'm different. I'm special. You're not special, man. You doing the same thing that we were doing coming up, and you're gonna end up in the same position, maybe worse. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but my thing is, the kids, we didn't have social media, right?
No.
Like we didn't even have, it's so crazy, like
The only thing we had was MySpace.
I ain't even, and it's crazy, I never even had a MySpace,
I had
right?
a MySpace. I swore I was decent.
I never had a MySpace before. Like I really, honestly, I was totally against social media, right? Like totally against it. And it wasn't until life changing event transpired, then I finally got social media. Everybody's like, oh, such and such, you know, wished you well, and I'm like, where from where?
Yeah.
Who? Like I don't even do social media. And then it was that was kind of sort of made me feel like I need to be a little more open. Let me like live a little bit more, you know what I mean? And then I was able to connect with different people from high school, different people I haven't seen in so long. So it's all depends on how you utilize it. But these young kids is different. It really like it puts so much pressure on them to live a certain lifestyle, you know, act a certain way, do things for views, and like it's like out of control to the point that I don't even know if it ever will be under control.
No.
You know what I mean?
But they don't even realize these people are just not even a lifestyle that they really living on social media.
Yeah, it's the highlight
That's
reel.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Or they gotta feel like they a punk because they giving somebody an apology, or they can't, you know, say big, I was sorry, like that wasn't cool what I did. Like they feel like it's weak.
Yeah, I mean, prideful. I mean, guys in general are prideful, but guys also are very egotistical.
Oh yeah.
So it's
why y'all like that? Like why y'all like that?
because growing up, you gotta think about it. Depending on who you had in your life. I mean, I grew up. I think out of my whole circle of friends, I was the only one that had his father in the house. You know, but growing up, guys here, you know, boys don't do that. Boys don't cry. You know, suck it up. You know what I mean? But it's different. You know, I think it's important to have that balance. You know, you fall. I mean, I think about even my kids growing up. They fall. I say, get up, shake it off. You know, just wipe it off. My wife is a little different. You know, but it's between the nurturing and all of that stuff.
That's the balance.
Yeah, you know, but for guys, it's really don't do this. You know, boys don't cry, boys don't wear pink, or all of that other stuff.
I hate it.
And it, you know, and you keep it bottled up inside, and that's why so many kids out here just having these impulsive decisions where they're going out and just shooting and everything else because they don't know how to express themselves. To be honest, you think about all of these shootings and everything. Me personally, I think these boys just need a girl or someone to love. I do. I think that they need someone to love, whether it's someone their age or just someone to show them some love and say, "Youngin, it's all right. Let's talk."
I agree. I mean, seriously, because it's true. Even grown men, a lot of people are like they mask their feelings. You know, they don't even know how to say how they feel, right? They act out in all these crazy ways, and it's like, well, I'm just trying to tell you that I love you. Like I can't like, oh, that's how you show that, but they don't know how to do that. And that's why I always, like, I hate to see, and I know men are like that when they, like you said, get up, you're a boy. And it's like, calm down, like, he hurry. You probably expect his damn knee up. Like, did you see if he alright first before you tell him he alright? Like, he might really be hurt. That'd be like, and that's why, yes, the mom, yes, we balance it all out, okay? Like, give me my baby. Is you okay? Yes, I'm wondering about that. Let me see if that's okay. So, yeah.
It's like a lot of anger built up inside, because I was watching this comedy thing, the guy, Bobby Holiday. And the guy walked up to the store and was saying something to the young boy. He was like, "Would you need a hug? Would you need this?" And next thing you know, the young boy started crying out of like, really, like, because he got to him. Like,
was that acting or was that like
I don't
real?
know,
Okay.
but it was just more so like, dang, like you really don't know what these young boys are going through, based off the fact that they don't know how to express themselves. They taught not to show emotions. They got to put on this tough guy role in order to feel like they're a man, and that's not the case.
And I mean, it's crazy because working in the field that I work in, mental health or intellectual developmental disabilities, you learn that what you see is not always what it is. You know, I think I seen a sign of, it was a person that was smiling, like really happy, they cheesing, and it's like, you know, this person is happy. And then you look on the other side of the picture, same exact picture, dude smiling, he cheesing, and it's like, this guy is about to commit suicide. And it's like, you just never know who's going through what. So sometimes it's okay to just ask someone like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Absolutely.
Right, and do it privately. Don't do it in front of a whole group.
Yeah. But oftentimes, even on the social media, people are inclined to fake being happy versus saying what really is going on. They be like, "Oh yeah, I'm living my best life,"
No, you're not.
but you really
because people nowadays don't even say that though. That's what people
right. So that's why like a lot of people that's fake over the top being happy is something's going on for real.
That's what Drake said in his rap, and I thought it was one of the realest things ever. He said, "I know a woman is happily married until she puts down her phone."
Oh yeah, I know that one.
He was spitting some bars on that, and it's so true, so true.
Absolutely. So, with your line, do you feel like you would do like mentoring classes or something for young guys?
Yeah, so that's what I'm sorry. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now. Just setting up some different workshops and classes for not just the men or not just the youth, but just kids in general. You know, boys, girls, and of all ages.
Yeah.
And then try to collaborate with some other folks that have like counseling services or like motivational speech, like just different things to build the community. I'm not even gonna say the youth, because it's people that's older than me that need to have that conversation.
Absolutely.
You know, so yeah.
I think that one would be extremely important, especially behind your mission, like, and because some kids don't really know, they don't like believe in God and stuff. Some kids do, some kids don't. They don't really even know, right? But like you said, most of them again are just struggling, to identify with who they are. Some people don't even know who they are, and that's not even just for kids, but for adults as well. So to be able to like sit kids down, show them that it's something else out here than what you're used to. A lot of kids just need a chance. A lot of people don't give out chances for kids to even just be kids. Yeah. Kids carry more stuff than adults, to be honest. Like, because a lot of adults pour their stuff onto their children, and sometimes it's unconsciously too, right?
Definitely.
So now they don't even know that their kid think, "Dang, I gotta go help my mom. My mom can't pay this bill right now." That forces young guys out into the streets, and the mom didn't even know that he heard what you said. You know what I mean? He's in tune to what you got going on, and he loves you so much that he's going to help, even though it could, God forbid, get him killed or in jail behind what he's trying to do. So, a lot of and that's that mindful piece. Like, you really got to be mindful of the conversations you're having around your children, the conversations you're having as an adult. Like, I said it on another podcast, like, you're really as good as the people that you surround yourself with. Like, if you don't, like, go out and explore, that's why that whole no new friends stuff. Of course, the song was catchy, of course, but honestly, if you just hang around the same people you hang around every day, who's bringing something new to the table? Yeah, the thing is, if you hang with 5 broke individuals, you're gonna be that 6th one eventually. Right? Just to go back, Shane, you had talked about, like God, like people that would look at this shirt, and I don't want people to think that this is about like religion or violence, because it really is used as a metaphor. And that's how I really want people to think about it. God just represents the positives of life, and the word gun represents the negatives. But again, because if you really like strong in your faith, you're like, "Yeah, I could pull the trigger, but I'm not." You know what I mean? You start, pulling aside and seeing what you could bring to the surface in that moment. You need something else to, gravitate towards when you're in those type of situations. Thinking like you see, yours is your wake up was with the dream, and your son had to be behind that for you to really see the picture clearer and bigger than what was right there, even though what was right there was very major, right? Yeah. But you was able to see the bigger picture in it all. Definitely. And so that I'm still just saying like, wow, like the dream, like that is just like so crazy.
That was a blessing in disguise.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but the crazy part is a lot of people won't have that dream. A lot of things are right there in the moment in your face. What are you going to do? And that's when things can go left. But if you got the right guidance, then you might just say, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm very self-aware. I think we talked about it earlier, just self-awareness. If things aren't going the way that I like them to go, then I'll just leave. I know how to separate myself. I know how I am when I'm tired. When I'm tired, I'm cranky, so let me get out of here. When I'm hungry, I'm cranky. Let me get out of here.
Dad, when
you
you're
know?
cranky, if you're hungry, if you're tired.
Yes.
Just setting up those boundaries for you to protect yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, protect myself and then also protect my relationships. So.
I agree 1,000%. You gotta have all that stuff in place though, and that stuff comes with growth though.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to go through things in order to even reach those levels in life, right? Because think about it. Everybody that's sitting on this couch wasn't the people they was, you know, maybe even last month, maybe a couple years back. Like that took experience, that took life, that took consequences, that took, you know, sacrifice. So that stuff just don't come overnight.
Yeah.
You know?
In order to get to the top of the mountain, you gotta have those bumps in that road, right? If those bumps aren't there, you can't get to the top of the mountain on a smooth surface. So
yeah, you don't even appreciate it when it's just a straight ride to the top, right?
definitely.
You got to really work for it, sacrifice, all that stuff. When that stuff is in place, you're like, dang, I'm finally here. Like I did that. Like you know what I mean? And I deserve this.
But on the way up, you don't see it that way. On the way up, it's just, man, this is the worst thing ever. Like, hurry up, let's get through this storm.
Yeah.
But you appreciate it more. You appreciate it so much more when you get to the top.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully everybody get to reach that top, though. Everybody can understand the lesson, because a lot of people don't know the lesson. Yeah. They keep on failing the test. That's why I keep coming around. You got to be able to, you know, take that lesson, embrace it, because it's for your benefit. And that's just what it is. So, my thing is, I know you said you want to collaborate with different people and get your things inside of the stores and all of that kind of stuff. So, do you even make stuff like for like babies? Like, where do your lines start at?
So we have things for infants, like the onesies.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we have stuff for toddlers, from like 2T to 12T. And then from there,
12T.
5T.
5T, yeah, whatever it is. I'm sorry, my wife do the shopping for my kids' clothes. So, yeah. But we have things for the youth. And then for the adults, we have small to 5X.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, all on the website. I do like these pop-up shops randomly, like around Philly, Philadelphia, Jersey. Jersey showed me a lot of love. But my website has everything. www.godorguns.com. You know, they have everything, whether it's the onesies, the t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the hoodies. And right now I'm in the process of putting together like different designs. Because right now we have just like the typical typography, you know, God of Guns design, but I have an actual logo that I want to start to put out there, but I think right now this is what people see, this is what people know, so I'm gonna just push it for right now.
Yeah, because I seen on your other one you had like a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute. I was like, oh, that's different.
I actually
like that.
started to wear that today, but
I
figured that people,
people
need
cute.
to see it.
Yeah, I was like, oh dang, okay. You know, red by color.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking at the white and red one. I was like, oh, that's super cute. I like that. But yeah, you said something in it, and I was just about to ask you. Oh, so is the t-shirt and hoodies is where you stopping at, or you like want to do more with it?
I want to do more. I want to get to the point where I can start to get like sweaters that's embroidered with like a patch or whatever it is. But then also get like some varsity jackets. I love varsity jackets.
Oh yeah, they too.
Yeah, the varsity jackets, and then. You know, I think through these collaborations with different companies, I'll start to see some other things that I'm interested in. But I don't want anybody to box God or Guns in with just t-shirts, hoodies, or sweatshirts because it's way more than that.
Even down to, even if you, I mean, you know, I'm always suggesting something. No, but like, if you have like a little like pamphlet, like, and you like put like some little affirmations and like, you know, for people to like reference back to. Some people need to read certain things. That way they can start thinking before they act. Hey, I remember when they said that.
That's dope.
You know, I think that would be good for what you got going on. Yeah. Honestly.
That's dope.
Yeah. So hopefully, you know, you see that they can share. But no, seriously. But no. So yeah, I'm just happy that you got this going on. I'm glad that you have this mission out because, like I said, every day we looking at no guns on 911. I don't even watch the news no more. It's so much violence in it, right? Trauma. It's sad, right? So I don't even turn that part of the TV on. But again, you scroll down your news feed and it's just right there. And it don't even have to be kids that's in the streets. I done see athletes get killed. It's just sad that it just snatched away so fast. snatched away, walking down the wrong street to make the wrong turn, and then you're not here no more. It's like people don't even prepare to grieve in that way. You know, not at all. Even referencing back to when you said that, it was like your brother was just snatched away. They I just met you, and now you're gone. You know what I mean? I didn't even, so really I was looking forward to getting to know you more, but now I have to grieve you, but how do I totally grieve somebody that I barely even know? So that was still a lot, you know, so you have a lot of grief and trauma and stuff too, even with your dad. So, and then, yes, like murder, like you have 2 people that was murdered by guns.
Oh, right? Yeah, loved ones. I mean, but
close to the heart, right?
Yeah, but then you got friends.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yours were more of an impact, especially your dad, right? So for you to be able to create this line, you know, it's personal.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, very personal for you. And I hope that you tell a story, but a dream story. Like, do you tell it when you go out and talk to people?
Not really.
You should.
Because I am a little. I mean,
I
don't mind.
And said that.
Huh?
Say that again.
This is the first time you heard that. Don't forget it. But no, like honestly, like when you're talking to the youth and stuff, like because they get signs, but they don't know that they signs, right? And they just probably overlook it and still, you know, go through what they were thinking about doing at the end of the day. Because we always get a little something. Like yours is more like real and in a moment it was needed, but. We get little signs, but we still go against what we feel, right? The feelings, the gut feelings that we get. So I think whenever you choose or however you choose to disclose that, like certain, you know, your audience, right? Certain people needs to hear that story.
Yeah, certain people also going through it. I mean, whether it was their dad, it could have been their brother, you know, someone else. I mean, I know that the story touches people. You know, I mean, I've told my wife that story when it happened. I recently told my mom that story for the first time. And she looked like she was getting like choked up when I was saying it, you know. So I know that it touches someone, and you know, you never know who you can change so many decisions, you know, or change people's minds when you talk to them. Because our job, honestly, is just to plant the seed.
Absolutely.
A lot of times we won't really see it grow and blossom, but as long as that seed is there, it's planted. Hopefully, you know, it does something.
Absolutely. So I love it. Like I said, I love everything you got going on.
Appreciate it.
You know, that's why we had to have you up on this couch.
Yeah.
You know, I seen, I was like, oh yeah, I like what he doing his thing or whatever, because I just like to see people, you know, if y'all don't know, we all went to high school together. And, you know, to look back, and like I said, I didn't do social media, but to look on my social media and see different people that, you know, you went to high school and things with, and they really doing positive stuff.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got stuff going on, but, like, my thing is your biggest accomplishment when it goes out to others, right? When it really, like, touches others in ways that it might benefit you, but it's more beneficial to them.
But I struggle with that.
You do?
I hate social media.
But you need it now.
Now, yes, but it's a struggle because someone told me it might have been something that's deep down inside of me from my childhood. But I feel like when I'm putting things out, I feel like I'm bragging, and I don't like bragging. I don't like people that brag, you know, because I look at bragging as a way to look down on someone, and I hate that. So I struggle with. I mean, I could have taken screenshots of like my online sales and posted them like yes. You know, or, you know, money on the chair. Like, I don't like that. That's cornball stuff to me.
Yeah, money
on
the chair.
Yeah, I'm just
Not
saying.
money on the chair.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but no, people
I struggle
do it.
with that. Yeah. I mean, but I'm not these dudes. I know that I'm different. I put ketchup on my hoagies.
Oh,
so
yes,
I know,
you're different. I never heard of that. I ketchup in my whole
look, my face all bald up.
Wait, mayonnaise too?
Mayonnaise, yes. Listen, I did it on a drunken night one night in college, and it just stuck. I did my cookies in juice.
Oh,
I heard people do that.
Yeah, I can't do milk. I eat French fries. I don't need ketchup. I need cocktail sauce.
Well, I need honey mustard, but you know.
For your fries.
Yes.
Okay, so we different.
But you know, to say that is like you're promoting a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you're showing your growth, because it might be somebody that might be at a standstill in their business and they're like, dang, I don't see no hope. Then they see you, they be like, you know what? It's hope. It's
motivation.
Hope. Yeah, like he might have struggled, but he got there.
Yeah.
And that might be inspiring somebody else at the end of the day. So there's a difference between bragging and really like promoting yourself. Because throwing money on a chair, that's
just corn.
Yeah,
that's
corny.
being
It's
corn.
bragging and like boy bye. It's not.
Like what happened? No.
Yeah. No, but you have to use your voice. You have to say it. You have to, and be proud of yourself sometimes. I don't care. That's on you if you don't have anything
Don't
going
dim
on.
your light for nobody.
I'm big on that. Like, I'm not dimming my life because of you. Like I said, we all got the same 24 hours. Whatever you choose to do is your business. But this is what I'm doing. And if I choose to show the world what I'm doing, and that's just what it is, especially if it's something that's positive. Ain't like I'm saying go shoot up the, or whatever they say up there, I don't know, or anything negative. Like, you got people that's just throwing on designer clothes and with nothing else going on.
Man,
that's the bragging stuff to me. Like,
but those are the people that need guidance, the ones that got all of the clothes and you sleeping on somebody's couch.
Exactly.
No judgment. I mean, it's
no judgment because we're damn near 40 years old, so judgment.
Well, I mean, just saying, just prioritize.
Absolutely.
Seriously, just prioritize. There's no need to have all these designer clothes on, and you don't have somewhere to lay your head.
Absolutely.
So
it's trying to upkeep an image, and that ain't it.
But that's social media. Because they're looking at everybody else's highlight reels and thinking that they got to do what everyone else is doing.
Exactly. But no, so don't ever do that. I can see why it's a struggle, but man, please, I did this. I put in these. You up what 4 or 5 in the morning every morning? Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm working hard. I'm putting this time and I'm blood, sweat, and tears. I'm sacrificing. I'm staying here on a Sunday. I could probably be somewhere else with my family, kicking back. I don't know.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. I'm trying to do these little motivational videos, like 10 seconds. Hey, your relationships are your best resource. Something like that. I'm trying to be more personable.
You got that.
So.
Yeah. Gotta be, because it makes people relate to you. It makes people say, "Oh, I can talk to him." Well, let me go ask him a question because that's important when you run in a business.
And seeing the face of God of guns is important. You the face.
But that's the thing. When I first started, my wife knew I didn't want anybody to know it's me because unfortunately, people don't support you when they know it's you.
Yeah, ain't that weird?
It is. The strangers will show way more support than your close friends because the people I thought would purchase something. My stuff isn't pricey. Like I try to price it at a decent price for the people that I grew up, like the people in that neighborhood, because I know that you don't have it like that. So if I price the shirt at $25, you spend that on liquor. If you really want to show support, you can.
I'm cracking up.
Just saying, just being honest,
Yeah, spend that on a bill from Uber Eats.
Oh
buy a shirt.
Yeah, and we did a podcast on that, and
Yeah.
What could you do, right? Some people cheer for you, but really not cheering for you.
Guess what?
Definitely.
When you get to the top, they're gonna be looking around.
Yeah.
People gonna say, "Excuse me, watch out, what happened?"
Yeah, and no, you can't come on for the ride because when I was trying to get this up off the ground, and a little repost, a little like, a little word of mouth, it's priceless. Like, why can't you just do that for somebody? Like, but again, when people don't have anything going on and their stuff ain't as great as they, portray it to be, why would they be happy for your stuff?
That's very true.
Yeah.
They act like they take it away from themselves by promoting somebody. You're not taking away from anything because what's going to be for you is going to be for you.
Every time. Yeah, I like the diversity. He has a lot of diversity on his page. Like, people that wear their things. So that's good. So that's another thing. People often think that it's just in like the black community.
Nah.
This stuff is like everywhere. Like honestly. And not to say, but yes, the mass shootings is really from more so Caucasian people. The black on black crimes is in our,
and they don't even dig it. Like, it'll be a random act that happened, but technically, the mindset they're planning is months ahead. It's random to us. Now you gotta really think, and about that person that might be thinking about committing suicide or committing this, so it's not really tied to just violence. People don't get it. It's like mental health awareness, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's mental health awareness month or something, right?
I think so.
That's your thing, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, see, and that's another thing that has to be tackled. It's not just what's on the surface.
Very true.
All up in here is where it all starts at, right? And like you said, people don't even know what other people are going through. That's why I speak to people. I never understood why do people go out their way to be nasty to someone. You know what I mean? Like, are you okay today? I mean, I know everybody struggle with things, but when you go out your way just to be nasty for no apparent reason, it's like deeper than, I know it is not personal for me, you're doing it because you got your own stuff
Yeah.
going on, and that's why I talk to all kinds of people. You know what I mean? Like,
That's important.
yeah, you talk to people. Sometimes they just want to talk to somebody, tell them a story about themselves, and you can say something to make their whole day. And like that's just that.
Because I met this lady I was in Dollar Tree in South Philly. So the lady was like, "Oh my God, like just like damn," and I was like, "What's wrong?" She was like, "I'm depressed." I said, "What's going on?" She said, "It's Mother's Day. I gotta go to the post office. I gotta get my mom like expedited gift, all this stuff." I said, "Well, once you ring me up, I'll look it up and see what time they close." She was like, "Fang, you gonna look that up for me?" I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have nothing to do. I got you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that made her day.
Cost you nothing to be nice.
Yeah, $0, right? Which
So.
can make somebody whole day. So, so at the end of the day, you want to go ahead. You got you're trying to collaborate with different people.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get more things out on your clothing line.
Yeah.
You got somebody in mind. So once that do come up like that, he did say that.
Yeah, you gotta speak
who it
it.
was exactly, and their tongue is powerful. And I'm just happy. I just hope that more people, know who you are and what you got going on and the why behind why you do what you do, because it's so needed right now. Like if it wasn't needed before, it's needed right now. It's needed right now.
I mean, the good thing is the message is getting out there to different folks. I don't know the last time y'all been to the website, but GotAGuns.com. Now at the bottom, I actually have like a gallery where I'm doing like customers of. I'm not gonna say customers of the week because it might be too much to rotate them every week, but I put up like 10 customers. I might switch it out maybe like every couple of weeks and just give people shout outs on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Like, yo, you made the website, go check it out. Because that's a decent way to also show the diversity. Sure, I have the models on the page, but to show like some other customers as well as different pop-up shops. You know what I mean? And you'll see how young they are, how old they are, the different races. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I seen it. I said that this is so diverse. That's what's up. Like he's not just reaching, the inner black community. Like it's like on the outskirts as well. So that's good. Good. I love it. But listen, we had to have you here. I love what you got going on.
I appreciate
Continue to do that, and I can't wait to see the more stuff you add and more stuff that you do.
Yeah.
And that's just that. Like I think it's just great to see, and not just any man, but black man. At the end of the day, like, cause so many people view black men in a negative way, like they really ain't got this going on, or they just box them in. When that's so far from the truth. You live in proof of that.
Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. So tell them exactly where they can find you at.
So you can catch me on Facebook at GotAGuns Clothing. On Instagram, it's still GotAGuns Clothing, but I think, what is it called? The handle? The @ sign. I'm sorry, I'm new to this thing. I'm learning.
Yeah, that's your handle.
But the handle is @God_ or _guns. So, and I know you typically make your guests spell it out.
Oh, yes, please spell that out.
So, the @ sign, GOD as in dog, _OR GUN as in Nancy S. GotAGuns, right? Or check me out on the website, GotAGuns.com.
Yes, please do.
Email me if you need to, info@GotAGuns.com. And, you can connect with me or contact me through my website as well.
Yep, and there you have it. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And this is Nash signing off.
And signing off.
Tyree Lewis from GotAGuns. Peace, y'all.
Bye-bye.